Hello everyone and welcome to Chess 5, and today I'm going to show you the game between Nihal Sarin versus Vincent Keymer, and this game is from the Gelfand Challenge 2021. All those who don't know who is Nihal Sarin and Vincent Keymer, I must tell you that you must know them because these two players are very strong players and both these players are 16 years old. So very less age and both the players are GM and both the players play very nice chess. We're going to see a very nice game by both the players because it's going to be a very great attacking game by both the players. So without any further ado, let's start the game. So Nihal Sarin with the white pieces and Vincent Keymer with the black pieces. So Nihal Sarin with the white pieces started with 1 e4 and Vincent Keymer with the black pieces replied with c6, the Caro-Kann opening, d4, d5, here e5. Here white have many choices in this position, like white can develop the knight to c3, knight to d2, can push the pawn, can take the pawn, like white is having many options. In this position he had decided to push the pawn and go into the Caro-Kann advanced variation. Here black pushes plays bishop to f5, very standard. Here g4, so an attacking game by Nihal from the start. Here bishop to e4, attacking the rook on h1. So white plays h3, f3. Here bishop goes to g6 and here e6. In this position white has having an option. White usually plays h4 in this position. The idea is white wants to play h5 and trap the bishop on g6. And here black pushes h5 and it continues this after this position. But at the place of playing h4, which is a common move, Nihal came with a novelty by playing e6, and this is also a very nice move. It's a tricky move. So okay, after e6 black plays f into e6. Here white plays h4. Idea is to play h5 and kick the bishop to f7. So black pushes h5. Here bishop to d3, asking whether Vincent wants to trade the bishop. So Vincent traded, queen trade, and here queen comes to d6. The idea is to play queen g3 check. So here comes knight to e2, simply developing the piece and also controlling the g3 square. So knight to d7, bishop to f4, hitting the queen on d6. So black plays e5, which is like a very natural move. So here white takes, knight takes, and here queen to c3, double hitting the knight on e5. So black pushes d4, knight into d4, here knight into f3, check. And here white is having option, like white have to take the knight. The point is whether white should take the knight with the queen or with the knight. In the game Nihal played queen into f3, which was the right move. If white decides to capture the knight with the knight, then comes a very powerful move, queen into f4, capturing the bishop. And this position is winning for black because first of all the queen can come to c1 check, and black can also even play queen to g3 check, and also the g4 pawn is hanging. So it's like a complete winning position for black. So nice decision by Nihal Sarin, taking the knight with the queen. So here queen into d4, plan to capture the pawn on b2. So white develops the piece, knight to c3, here e5, bishop to g5, here h into g4. At the place of playing h into g4, black should have played queen into g4, which was a much better move, because after queen into g4, h into g4, we can see that black is already 2 pawn plus and black is having a better position. But at the place of taking the pawn with the queen, Vincent Keymer decided to capture the pawn with the pawn. So here queen to f5, here knight to e7, queen to e6, here queen comes back to d7, saying that whether he wants to trade the queens. So here white denies the queen trade by playing queen into e5, here queen f5, asking whether white wants to trade the queens. Here queen to e3, and black long castle, which was a blunder by Vincent Keymer. In this position black should have played queen to f3, and now white is forced to trade the queens because black is attacking the queen on e3 as well as attacking the rook on h1. So white is having no such options to take the queen, and after pawn takes king to f2, it's an equal position. But at the place of playing queen to f3, black decided to long castle, planning to create some threats to the king as the king is in the center. But this is winning position for white because now Nihal played rook to f1, first hitting the queen to on f5. So queen into c2 because it's a very natural move for black. Here white plays rook to f2, attacking the queen on c2. Queen goes back to g6. Here comes queen into a7. This was a very strong move by Nihal Sarin. At the place of playing queen to g6, black should have played queen to d3, asking whether he wants to trade the queens. And if here queen takes the pawn on a7, then black plays queen to a6. That okay, let's trade the queens. Here white have to trade, and after takes, and it's an equal position, and white is slightly better, but it's a playable position for both the sides. But this was not played in the game. After rook f2, queen to g6 was played, which was a blunder because now here Nihal Sarin played queen into a7, capturing a pawn, and it looks like it's the game over completely because white is going to play queen f8 check and going to just destroy the king. Here black played g3, trying his last chance to push the pawn. So but Nihal Sarin is like a very strong player. He's not going to just miss the win. So here comes queen a8 check, king to f7, and a fantastic move by Nihal Sarin. Feel free to pause the video and try to find the best move in this position. Okay, all those who have found the right move, congratulations on finding the best move in this position, which is knight to b5 check. A very nice move by Nihal Sarin. And there are no such moves to play because if king in the game, black played pawn takes knight, which is like a natural move. And okay, the queen is attacking the rook for now, and if the king wants to protect the rook, he have to go to d7 or capture the knight. If he goes to d7, then simply long castle with a check, and it's going to be a mate. So black have to capture the knight at any cost. Here white simply give a check, king d7, rook to d2 check, king to e6, queen into d8, king to f7, rook goes to e2, g2, trying for last chance to make a queen on g1. Here comes rook into g2, queen to e4 check. The idea is to like somehow make a draw, but here rook to e2, queen to b4 check, king to f1, rook into h4, rook to f2 check, king to g6, bishop into h4, queen into h4, queen to d3 check, king to h6, queen to e3 check, g5. Like black, okay, it's completely winning position for white, but black is still trying to do something. He just can't resign the game. Here king to g2, queen to g4 check, king to h1, here knight to g6, rook to g1, queen to h5, rook to h2, attacking the queen as well as the king. So knight come to h4. Here rook into g5, very spectacular move by Nihal Sarin. It's a very nice move. Here queen into g5, and here white plays rook into h4. Very nice move because your queen cannot capture the rook because the queen is pinned. So black is forced to play king to g6, queen to e4 check, king to f6, rook to f4 check. King have to come to the g file, and now white plays rook to g4, and the queen is going to be lost because the queen cannot move because the king is hanging. So in this position, after move number 46, Vincent Keymer with the black pieces resigned the game, and Nihal Sarin with the white pieces won the game. A very fantastic game by both the youngster. And if you also like the game, then please like to my video. If you are new to my channel, then please subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will get the recommendations. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.